Welcome to my hike across Scotland. I'm on the West Highland Way right now. I've already finished the John Muir Way, and I'm going to be heading up to the Great Glen Way. Good morning. Here we are on the moor. I'm tired and it is early, and it's about 0 Celsius. Good morning. Welcome back to my hike across Scotland. I'm leaving the Ba Cottage, which is a ruin, and that's where I camped last night. And we are in the middle of the Rannoch Moor. We got a couple of miles here to go up here and over, and then we'll get over to King's house. So that's the start of today, and then we're gonna go and take the King's house segment. Wow, that was a fun night. It was a fun night. It was cold, but the weather, aside from the temperature, really cooperated. Barely any wind, and it was just a good night. I mean, how often do you get to camp in a Scottish ruin in the middle of a moor? All right, we are starting to leave Rannoch Moor. That's the moor all down there, and then everything over in this direction. As far as these distances look, some of the landmarks are still in sight. So we came down this valley here next to the tall mountain there, and King's house is kind of way down there at the base. Not King's house, sorry, that's where we're going. Bridge of Orchy. And so then we went up and then came back down, and then all the way up in here. Those little green foresty areas, I camped, I guess, somewhere after that last smallest one. But what's neat, of course, is we are now moving into the next valley. And you can start to see how way back when we were on top of that mountain above Bridge of Orchy, I said in the distance there's a white-capped mountain that I took a wild guess that might be Ben Nevis. Well, we're closer now, and that's the white cap in front of us. So we've come over the pass. The last couple of segments and the last one will definitely be the last 2 segments. Pass hiking. So, hiking over passes from one valley to the next. Very different from the first couple of days at Loch Lomond. This, as I've mentioned, is not a walk in the park. You don't need any technical skills, but it's just shy of that for the beginning part. Obviously, the second half, we're just walking. Here's another scenario where Google Earth just doesn't do justice for the landscape and what's happening here. Down straight ahead in the trees, that's King's house. I never saw the Glencoe Resort, but I can see a chairlift over here to my left. So I guess it's just behind this berm. Berm. It's a big berm. But what I wanted to point out is today's major challenge. After King's house, we walk down the valley along with the highway, and then at that second grouping of trees, there's a cutout, a little valley between the mountains. We're going to be going up that, and that's the Devil's Staircase. And I guess it's about 1,000 foot of incline. So that is what we have for just about lunchtime. Wow, okay. So I'm down at the King's house now. And this is a view that is straight out of the American West, or the American West straight out of here. But this looks like I'm in the Great Basin somewhere in Nevada, Utah. All right, so a lot of people are starting off at the same time here. It's my friends from Spain. And down this valley, we're going this way, of course, but down this valley is where Skyfall was filmed, somewhere down there. So that's kind of cool. I didn't know that, but they just shared that with me. Here we are, our caravan going up to Devil's Staircase. hopefully the clouds will just be like this for the next couple of hours. It is supposed to get overcast again tomorrow, maybe rain. But for today, we are going to have some excellent views. And this is one of the most important sections to have these great long views. So very excited about it. As is pretty much everybody else on trail. Well, this is clearly a viewpoint. Look at that valley. Everyone is out here. Now this is the base of the staircase, so when I say staircase, I don't actually assume there'll be stairs, but maybe. All right, look at this. We made it up the Devil's Staircase. So I'm turning it on here before the top. We'll walk up to the top, but this is probably the last time we're going to see that little white house down there where we started, and that is, you know, nicknamed like the most photographed house in Scotland because everybody wants a picture of it, because it's you know, in the middle of such isolation. All right, sometimes people tease me for putting my hat on backwards, but when you get up to a pass like this, I forgot to switch it, and that blew away. Luckily, I was able to save it. I did not bring two. Okay. Whew. Little drama at the top. All right, looking behind, you can see that's the pass we came over. And now we're heading into the next. It's a long procession of people today. What perfect weather. Could not have asked for anything better. These lakes are so long. It just goes around the bend. Wait till the Great Glen. Loch Ness takes, I think I'll be on that for 3 days. That's how big that lake is. Take a look behind for the last time. We won't see those mountains for, well, like ever. But every time we make a turn, it's just something more spectacular. So we're going to swing forward here. See what's around the bend. Everyone seems to be stopping and taking photos. There is a lake or an inlet that goes from this town of Glencoe all the way back up into here, so I suspect that's what we're looking at. I don't know if it's attached to the ocean, if it's tidal, or if it's just a lake. We will find out shortly. Oh my God. Oh, we're not there yet. That must be tomorrow. That's Kinlochleven down there? No. There's not a lot of other towns that are between here and there. All right, I've ended the day. I'm in Kinlochleven, and I just wanted to kind of get a view of the town from this point. We have a very nice day today, and tomorrow's supposed to be overcast and cloudy, so today's the day to take some sunset views.